Macro, the ability to build a lot of units very fast. Maybe I don't have the ability to do that, but in every RTS game, one of the key mechanics is to build a huge army and destroy your enemy. But what if you just don't build any? And because of that, I present to you But first, some rules. I'm not allowed to build any units. I can use the units the campaign gives me, and as well I can take over other units, which you will see why that's in here. Let's begin. So the campaign starts with us getting some units. Our goal here is to blow up a weapon depot. Because we cannot build any units here, we're just going to make it quick and kill the depot. And with that, the first mission is complete. In the second mission, we are supposed to learn how to train Marines. For that, we are given one barracks. But in my opinion, that is way too slow, so we just take our workers and attack them because, you know, they are small budget Marines. They're just without a rifle or a suit or DPS, but you know, they can tank some bullets, so it's fine. And so they will, tanking some bullets there, so we can rescue our friends, so we have more stuff. After that, we attack the bunker and clear out the base in order to get the artifact. And with that, the second mission is done as well. In the third mission, our goal is to protect the rescued artifact against some Zergs. This is a defense mission, which is one of the most boring things in this game, so I just fill up the bunkers and go away to read in the hope of finding something interesting. After 20 minutes of waiting, we are going to get rescued by Matt Honor and his battlecruiser, and so we finish the third mission. The next mission, Smash and Grab, is a kinda tricky one. The first one that is actually hard. In this mission we are supposed to race the Zerg to defeat the Protoss in order to steal an artifact. And the thing is, Protoss have, you know, turtled themselves in, and because we're not allowed to build units, we only have one medic, 2 Marines, and the given orders. You also saw me collect some artifact that we are going to use later for research, which will make our stuff powerful and make one mission actually possible. The key to victory here is to use the range of the mortars in order to kite units into your bunkers, because I'm allowed to build bunkers and they are pretty useful. Unfortunately, I lost kinda a lot of units, so I was left with 4 marauders and a worker. So I used the worker to build a bunker for each of the Stone Guardians, and with that we could finish this mission. After that, the game gives us access to some mercenaries, which we are not going to use, but we are going to get some upgrades in the armory. I get myself a combat shield, which gives my marine a little bit more HP, as well as a stim. In addition to that, I get some basic upgrades for my bunkers and CC. And with these upgrades, we are going to the next mission, which is a fiery volcano planet where we have to gather some minerals. As you can see, I'm sacrificing some marines because there is a hidden command center, which is also giving us some starting Reapers, a unit which can jump over cliffs. With these Reapers, we are just going to collect some scattered minerals in order to get the amount we need. On the map is as well hidden a Brutalisk, a Zerg creature that is going to give us some research. We are going to kill these because we are going to need the Zerg research later on. After we have killed that thing, we're just going to collect the remaining research and get the hell out of this planet. So it seems you made it pretty far into this video, so I want to make a little promotion for myself. So if you actually enjoy this video, I would love to see you hit that subscribe button and follow me on Twitch. Because we got some Zerg research in the last mission, we can now get an upgrade for our bunkers, so we have little guns on them. This will help us a lot in future missions. Next up is Welcome to the Jungle. Here we have to steal some Veston gas from Tolerain. So the speedrun strat is to mine 4 gas at once in the early stages and defend that with an additional marine and a medic. We cannot do that, so we just build a bunker. With the first 4 out of 7 gas stolen, we're just going to take all the stuff and go to the last 2 remaining. We're just going to use our buildings as a wall and, distract them with a bunker so we get enough time to actually mine the gas. The first missions were pretty easy, but now we are going to the Great Train Robbery, where we have to, just stop some train with force. Unfortunately, we only have 4 Marines at our disposal. Luckily, there are some Diamondbacks hidden in the wood. Luckily, there are some Diamondbacks hidden on the map, which you can take in order to increase our firepower. Still, that is not even close enough to get the later trains because they are, protected by a huge army. Also, we have later on some Marauder kill squads, which are, trying to kill our units. So I had the idea, because as you remember from the last mission, our little bunkers, they have turrets on top. So I thought, I maybe have only 4 workers to mine minerals, but the trains are giving me some minerals when I kill them. So I thought, why shouldn't I just plaster everywhere, in every single space I can find, a bunch of bunkers? And so I did. And surprisingly, that worked out pretty well. The bunkers don't have the highest DPS, around the DPS of a Marine, but if you have, 20 of them, they actually can kill something. Unfortunately, as you probably remember, I mentioned some kill squads later on, because the Dominion is sending a huge amount of Marauders, a unit which is pretty good against anything that is armored, and, a bunker, its sole reason is it's armored and you can hide stuff in it, so that didn't work out so well. They killed nearly every single bunker, but in the end, it was still enough. So we grabbed the high priority adjutant and left the planet. Next up is Cutthroat, a mission where we have to gather minerals again in order to, buy the service of a mercenary so we can crush the base of our enemies. In total, it's a pretty boring map because you just go around with all the units you gave, a couple of Marines, which I unfortunately lost because I was a little bit greedy, and some vulture bikes, quick units that, can collect all the minerals. After we got all the minerals together, we just crushed his base. Next up is the dig, where we have to defend our base until the huge power drill drills through the doors of them. We're supposed to build a bunch of siege tanks that are good at defending stuff, but unfortunately, because we cannot build any siege tanks, we have to think about something else. Because if not, the Protoss base will just crush us in no time. Luckily, we still have the bunkers, which are not very good against defending anything because they have a very low DPS, but if you build enough of them, you can get enough time to actually blast open a door to steal the artifact, which is the mission of this mission. After around 50 minutes and a bunch more bunkers later, we finally blast open the door and could steal the artifact from the Protoss. Next up is Engine of Destruction, an optional mission which we actually don't have to do, but we will do that because we need the 3 Zerg research which are hidden in the map. So the mission of this mission is to actually steal a huge battle station thing, the Big Odin, and protect it while your friend Tychus is destroying all the enemies on the map. Normally that is a very bad mission and very boring one because Tychus is taking long breaks between everything, so you actually have to wait for them. You're supposed to actually build Wrath, cloaked flying units which can shoot down anything that is in its way. But we just take a bunch of workers to constantly repair him because we don't need the minerals anyway or workers, so yeah, that was the goal plan, and after some minutes we are done with that. and stole the Odin. Next up is the Mobius Factor, one of the missions I really liked because you can abuse them pretty easily. So the goal is to actually destroy some data centers so Kerrigan cannot read them, so she cannot get some information about something. I never actually, looked through that, what the hell is going on in this mission. So anyway, there's this wonderful Dr. Node. He seems to be a very nice guy, which is definitely not evil. But that's not the stuff we want to talk about. So we have some medevacs here, some flying healing units, as well as a bunch of units scattered that are hidden because they're trying to outrun the Zerg. First data center is pretty easy. You fly over with the medevacs and then just kill it. The second and the third data center, on the other hand, is pretty tough because it's guarded by a huge number of Zergs, patrolling units, and more. But before that, we have to kill a big Brutalist, which is on the map, which will grant us more Zerg research. The second data center would normally be a pretty tough thing because, there is not so much room to actually maneuver and a bunch of units. But luckily for us, we can just fly behind it and kill it from behind. Luckily, we're just going to rescue all the remaining units and just charge in and kill it very quickly. After that, we are going to do some more optional stuff because we are going to do some Protoss mission. Not because, I like Protoss or something, I'm a Terran player, but it's because we need some Zerg research and we're going to get a bunch of them in the first couple missions, which are luckily not so long and hard. In the first mission we are going to play as Zeratul, a very strong melee fighter which also can blink while he's investigating some temples. In this mission there are 3 hidden hatcheries which we can kill, which will grant us some Zerg research, so we're going to kill these. After we're done killing some Zerglings and blinking around, we meet some High Templar dude that's supposed to help us but is definitely not going to die. But then Kerrigan shows up, so we have to run away. And with that we finish the first Protoss mission. In the second Protoss mission, Zeratul is going to ask some very wise dudes, but they are trapped. So we actually have to free them from the control of some hybrid creature. Because Zeratul doesn't feel like helping us, we actually have to do that ourselves. We don't start with any units except some probes, but luckily there are some buildings hidden on the map, which if we power them with energy, which will give us some units. There are 3 buildings hidden on the map, a robotic facility which will give us an immortal, a very hard-hitting tank kind of thing, a dark shrine which will give us 2 DTs which are cloaked, and a High Templar from a Templar archive. Technically we're not going to need anybody except the DTs, but the immortal is kinda good to distract the enemy. The whole strategy here is to take all the units including the workers and send them to attack the enemy base. They will serve as a distraction while our cloaked DT will walk around the enemy and destroy the main objective without being detected. After we have destroyed the main objective and freed the elderly, wise Protoss people, the mission is over. After that we only have 1 Protoss mission left, which is giving us enough Zerg research to get the 1 tech we need. The goal is here to visit Zeratul 4 tendrils of the Overmind, which was killed in Starcraft Brood War. For that, the game gives us control of 2 Colossus, a very powerful unit that can laser away anything, but unfortunately we are not going to use them because we are just going to solo the mission with the Zeratul and his blink. Very precise blink micro and the beautiful ability to heal every single time after we visit one of the tendrils. You can just walk through everything, blink, and finish the mission quite easily. And after we have completed the last Protoss mission, we finally have enough Zerg research points in order to get the 1 thing we need in order to complete the game. So, we're going to get some beautiful Hive Mind emulator. This is a beautiful structure that allows us to control Zerg units. And we're going to use that very soon, but stay tuned and see where we're going to meet that thing. The next mission is Supernova. A rather special one because there's a huge flame wall coming very close to your base and you actually have to move your base in order to secure a spot which is not burning you to a crisp. Unfortunately for the mission, we have gotten access to the Banshees, a cloaked flying unit that can kill ground units. The thing is, in order to win the mission you have to crack open a huge vault, which is of course surrounded by cannons, so you cannot just go in with your cloaked units and just kill it. Unfortunately, if you kill one cannon, you can just kill it without doing anything, and yeah, exactly that is the thing we are going to do in this mission. After a couple shots, the vault is open and we can take the artifact floors. In the next mission we are going to get the huge battle cruiser, a very large capital ship which can kill everything, and it definitely will. Unfortunately in this mission we only get 3 battle cruisers and there is like no way of actually speeding it up, just going in with battle cruisers, killing stuff until they're low on HP and go back and repair, because in this mission we have a huge psionic field which is killing everything slowly, so you know, this mission is going to take some time, but luckily I have some beautiful quotes from the battle cruiser to entertain me. I mean, just listen to that.
Let's go this way really fast. If something gets in our way, shoot it.
Or,
I have an announcement. I am drunk.
and my favorite one,
Let's hurry up and finish this attack. It's raid night.
and after further investigation, I came to the conclusion the captain is definitely not suited for a battle cruiser with more than 1,000 people on it. And after it seems like a very long time, I killed finally the temple entrance and I could steal the artifact. So next up we're going to Char. The first mission here is the Gates of Hell. In this mission we have to get 100 army supply in order to progress the mission. Unfortunately that is not possible normally, because you know we cannot build any units. And because of that, we got all the Zerg research, did some additional missions, so we actually can get the one building that can mind control some Zerg. And with that thing, we're just going to mind control a bunch of Zergs until we have the 100 army supply. And after I have gathered enough army supply, General Wolf is going to crash land, and we just have to rescue him with our definitely not 99% Zerg army. After I went and destroyed nanoswarm that are threatening him, the mission is going to end and we have now a base on Char. And the next mission is one I have to choose what I want to do. The one is to destroy all air units for the main fight, or destroy the nanoswarm which bring in reinforcements. Unfortunately, I can only do one because the other one there is too much defense in order to do it without units. Therefore we're going to choose the one where I have to just control a few heroes and don't have to build anything. This mission is pretty simple. You go into the lava pits where the nanoswarm tunnels are, plant some charges and blow them up. You do that 3 times and voila, the mission is done.
You can count on me.
And finally we go to the last mission. It is to, again, wait a certain time until the artifact is charged so we can use it in order to kill all the Zerglings and purify Kerrigan. Luckily I have some starting units which are enough to fight off the first waves before I can build a huge wall of plenty of fortresses and a lot of bunkers. Something I had a lot of problem with was Kerrigan itself, because she pushes every 5 to 10 minutes and you know she can do a bunch of damage, can kill stuff instantly, and so I had a very hard time with it because my damage was just not existent with some planetary fortress and some small bunkers, so she nearly killed everything. In the end it was pretty close, but I did it in the end. To be honest, I thought that last mission would be quite easy because you know I just had so much stuff. Unfortunately I could not replace any workers I lost, therefore my income was very small, and as you can see it was in the end very close. But the one thing that counts is that I was able to do it. So I hope you enjoyed this video and leave a wonderful subscription and a follow on my Twitch. So I wish you a wonderful day and see you in the next video.